Zeljko Mavrovic. Lennox.
Both of you were given your instructions in the dressing room. Both of you touch gloves, touch gloves, touch gloves. The buck, I leave it with you.
He was trained to fight about a minute.
Yeah, by nature, he's got this confidence, almost a little bit of conceit that he does not have to start the fight off and land the first punch. As you can see, his opponent came out.
I mean, if ever an opponent for Lewis has been open to the right hand.
He's fighting in an unexpected style.
And if someone has got to land the first punch, why should you wait and counter?
Stop!
Just doesn't pick a good punch.
As well.
Yeah, and so it causes him to be in a lot of awkward positions. Fake every now and then, do some feints. Good right hand by Lewis that time.
Looking just to land here in the first round. He's only thrown one real all-out hard right hand. There he throws to the body again. You don't often see Lennox using the right hand of the body. And as he tries to step up the intensity, sticks the jab.
He's doing everything he ought to do in the first round. And Lewis should be landing left jabs to the chest now. He shouldn't aim his shots to the head right now.
Mavrovic able to land in the first round, as did Shannon Briggs, and Zeljko's accuracy might be as high, though he's
just going to have to take charge, make him back up for a couple of rounds. Maybe we're just starting to take charge with his jab a little now. Proper jab execution.
Now when Mavrovic moves to his left, and in the fights that we saw on tape, George, an idea or a good idea?
Lewis has a good right hand, but it takes the first few rounds. Now Lewis is starting to use his height advantage a little bit. He jabs.
A jab and right hand by Lewis a couple of sequences ago.
Unnecessary. He's going to make it rough for him because backs up. You don't want to back up. Step forward with your jab, bumping with your big extra weight. Now Lewis starts to take charge a little bit.
Mavrovic, George. There's the jab of Lewis. Snap.
Whoa, a good right hand by the Mavrovic.
Yep, that's a little left in Mavrovic's face. And the crowd at ringside chanting Zeljko.
He jabs, they jab.
Lots of tofu. George, if for outdoor barbecue grills?
No.
Tofu grills up very nicely.
Yeah, it's nice. Now the left jab starts to double up with Lennox Lewis. Secure your position in the ring so that the other guy backs away. Right. Away a little bit.
Lewis is most vulnerable.
Hard right hand over the top by Lewis. Backs Mavrovic up. Another right hand knocks him into the corner.
Lewis should try to win the fight and let the knockout happen by itself.
Right uppercut lands for lands for Lewis as Mavrovic was coming in.
Hey Jim, I think I just saw two fights. The first three rounds and then the fourth is another fight. In the first three rounds, Lennox looked lackadaisical. Now he had a 2-1 Lewis together. He's going out, he's throwing shots. Look at that, he's jumping on him, dropping the right hand.
Get him loose.
The thing about it, though, you're 240 some odd pounds, maybe 50 by tonight. You don't want to waste a lot of energy slinging those big right hands.
Tonight, Lennox hadn't gone more than 5 rounds in more than 3 years.
No.
You step and you slide, so you don't have to worry about the guy's counter right hand. Don't move back afterwards. Slide forward, but to the left a little bit.
Probably hard for him to move around.
Believe. Good left
by Mavrovic. And another left hand.
Stop.
Coming into this round. Just not throwing all that many.
Stop.
Mavrovic is doing a good job, you see.
That was a good right hand.
The opponent tonight is unpredictable. He's playing with bigger guys, so he can't get the rhythm on this guy. He's a little quick.
Holyfield is who would attack whom.
Well, you know Holyfield attack.
Has played the role of counterpuncher and occasionally flurries. Only 19 counted by CompuBox for Mavrovic. Hard uppercut snaps Mavrovic's head back.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't continue to throw it.
When he fails to throw
good
the
right hand by the challenger.
That's when other guys land against him, as was the case there.
Circle, so that the guy has to move or miss. Throws the jab and stands there.
As you can see, has been the case here. All he has to do is throw it. He doesn't even have to land, and it chokes off his opponent's punch output.
Correct.
You know, this is landing almost all
good body shot. Right hand to the body by Lewis.
Hard punches.
and stay that way. That's why
a good body shot by Lewis.
Stop. He's showing more of his weapons in the last round and a half.
And plus, he's bumping this guy. Lennox Lewis' corner gave him some good advice. Said this guy does not counterpunch well.
And Lewis lands a right hand to open the round and comes back with a right and a left. Now Mavrovic's punch output is down to about 0 as Lewis attacks and lands another uppercut. Low blow by Lewis.
All right, Briggs, stop.
The opponent isn't doing much. He's bouncing
He's
back.
a counterpuncher.
There's another sizzling uppercut. And
Break.
yeah, the last time Lewis went the distance, it was a very close fight. Lewis got the decision by piling up points on his jab, the bridge of his nose, and swelling around the right eye, but still no flow of blood from the...
So he's accustomed to that stand-up style. And
He only threw 15 punches by CompuBox numbers. Now he comes out and starts round 7 with a couple of blows. Re-establish himself in the fight. But Lewis had an easy time of it in round 6, landing 16 of 38, mostly power shots.
Lennox Lewis, the only round I gave Zeljko Mavrovic is the 3rd round. I thought in the 6th round, I mean, that left jab, and Mavrovic feels the power. He just stops punching. Goes into a defensive mode like he is now.
George Lennox lands every uppercut. Is that because Mavrovic holds his hands wide apart?
it's because early on Lennox Lewis was stepping back, let it fly. This could have happened a lot earlier.
Let him go, Lennox. Let him go.
Why he was stepping back, I don't know.
It was like the genie in the bottle. Yeah, now Mavrovic lands an uppercut of his own and says, here's another one.
But Lewis just give him the elbows and say 2 more rounds and then jump back on Lewis.
As Lennox is raking him, he hit the body with the left hook, and now
He shouldn't bring it on to him as much.
Well, the one trying to block or get away from Lennox Lewis is right.
Now Lewis is standing his ground for defense to penetrate.
hard left hand lands for Mavrovic. Wake the champion up a little bit. 2 uppercuts landing flush for Mavrovic. And another, and a right cross, and a left hook. And suddenly it's all Mavrovic as he lands flush on Lennox Lewis with a series of combinations.
It all his own way.
And now Lewis cuts loose with a right cross that backs Mavrovic back up.
Stop.
It gets to be rough when a guy 240 somewhat pounds starts leaning on you.
Get him out of here. Lewis didn't like what happened in that round. Everything was going Lewis's way, got a little lackadaisical.
Every round that goes by, the challenger profits.
Ooh. This is so often reluctant to throw.
Yeah, is that left hook?
And there it is. He lands the left hook this time.
There we got 4 shots that time.
Another uppercut lands for Lewis.
Lewis does nothing, so why shouldn't he throw something? Good right hand by the challenger.
Stop.
If Lewis would only stand a little taller, he wouldn't have to worry about those right hands.
This is sometimes the case. He isn't 6'4" anymore.
No, you don't use it.
These fighters are in. Mavrovic been training for 11 months and it's a good fresher.
Yeah, he's paid his dues. He's lost the weight.
Let him go, Lennox.
Lewis, you go in the training.
He had some awkward athletic skills.
Would be Lewis's toughest opponent since the Mercer fight. And a lot of people laughed at that a year ago before Lewis knocked him out in the first. But been difficult for the champion.
Nasty hook that's making a difference now.
Lewis, that's why his left hook should be effective.
All right, stop.
Now Mavrovic's corner asking him to fake with the right hand and throw a left. Low blow again by Lewis. Good warning.
Who, me?
Right back with his jab. Comes right back with his jab.
Well, Evander Holyfield went 12 rounds with Vaughn Bean last weekend.
Jabbing. Sometimes you have to concede. I'm not going to get a knockout that easy. I'm going to have to box. You can still earn your money boxing.
Well, and when he stands up tall, uses his stature, moves on his feet and fires his jab.
Even in that big 7th round that Zeljko Mavrovic had, at the end of the round, Lennox blasted him with a right hand that had Mavrovic so hurt he was hanging on for dear life. I got it 8 rounds to 1, 89-82. Lennox still out punching him by a mile.
No question. In
1
fact,
to 3.
if he knocks the guy out,
well, unless he throws enough of them, one after another, stepping back. He's determined, and for that reason, he's standing right in front of Lewis, bows his head, and Lewis takes advantage of it.
trying his own uppercut as Frank Cappuccino.
Good right hand. Because Lewis stands around and just stands in front of him and say, come on, do something.
Tempting fate is Lennox Lewis.
To his chest.
Closing rounds. Occasionally posting on what would appear to be a solid lead on the scorecards again.
There you see the right hand that Mavrovic landed, but he doesn't follow up with anything. A, he's not a big puncher, and Lewis knows it. And B, he's not doing anything about it.
She thought her man had it going. Attacking his fighter between rounds, saying opponent is tired. Probably right.
Here and there, he doesn't come back with anything. If he tries to throw 3 shots, it'd be a little better. When you're fighting a guy who throws 1 shot at a time like that, you just wait and do what you're going to do.
Stop. And we go back to the theme that began the evening. If Lewis's job was to galvanize public support, it's unlikely, it seems to me, that he's made that case effectively with the public tonight.
I think he should forget about Evander Holyfield and just have a dose of that guy who looked in the river and saw himself. Who was that? Good body, left hook to the body again.
Terrific left hook to the body. Lewis has thrown some of his most effective body shots ever in this fight. Of course, he's had a lot of rounds in which to do it.
And the guy's tall enough so he can...
Lennox Lewis only gone 12 rounds once. That was against Tony Tucker.
Boy, is he
5 years
tired.
ago. Mavrovic himself has only been in the 12th round 1 time. So if in fact this round completes, then a minute and a half from now, both fighters will be going to the 12th round for only the 2nd time in their careers. Round 11. Mavrovic just doesn't have much left.
I mean, he's almost rubbery.
Ooh, that's what he's been trying to do all night. Step back and throw that right hand.
The challenger must have a pretty good chin.
He has one.
For a 215-pound guy against a big heavyweight to take this kind of stuff.
I didn't see them work the inswell on it. This guy, you got to go broke. If you're the challenger now, you just can't sit back and wait. You just jump on him and forget about it.
Well, you heard Darky Smith asking his fighter for non-stop action in the 12th. And
you just can't hold back anything. This is your chance to be champion of the world. You can't decide. I was waiting. I was cooling off. I was coasting. Super hard right hands. The whole training camp was dropping your hands, pick them up every now and then, and your guy, whoa.
Feet there. That one lands hard.
He's making Lennox Lewis fight. Lennox Lewis, one good right hand at a time.
Lewis switching to a southpaw stance.
Tell him, make some history. Moments.
Oh, thank you so much, George, but there's not much drama here. There's virtually no chance that Lewis could lose the fight at this point. But most of his fans and supporters came here not expecting to have to sweat out a 12-round decision who's never been heard of on this side of the planet.
I think he sneaked a steak in somewhere now.
They go the distance.
The Croatian took a tremendous amount of punishment. Unorthodox, awkward part. Got through the fight.
For the winner by unanimous decision and still WBC heavyweight champion of the world,